Hello, welcome to my channel. This is my third practice-based episode, and the episodes are evolving. They're increasing in range and complexity. About 4 months into my reclamation project here, and the exercises pretty well match my current rebuilt skill level, so future videos will really be more in real time than looking back to how I got to this particular point. I've already warmed up with some scales, so let's just get started. I should mention, this time I'm doing it without the cup mute. My next door neighbors aren't home, so I don't mind if I blow a little bit through the community wall, so to speak. But it does bring out a different tone to the trumpet and a different level of pressure that you have to put on the mouthpiece because there's no back pressure from the closed off end here. So it also makes it a little bit different acoustics down here in my basement with concrete walls. So I apologize for all that, but hey, do the best we can. Still learning. Okay, excuse me. Up to now, everything we've been doing has been in 4/4 time, 4 beats to the bar. Now we're going to shift to 3/4 time, 3 beats to the bar. This gives the music kind of a different flow, a different feel to it. Probably a little faster than it should have been, but you kind of get how it kind of flows back and forth. That tune, or that time rather, 3/4 time, is what normally is used for flowing waltzes, but it can also be used for more vigorous dances as well. Okay, 3/4 time offered a different flow. Now we're going to come up with something that gives you a little bit different tone, and that comes to the use of flats. Now what flats are, they're notes that are halfway down, a half step down, between the pitches of 2 adjacent notes. So for example, B flat is halfway down, going from a B to an A. was a B, then an A. So you hear that B flat is halfway between the two. Okay, now we can take that up an octave, go to the same thing, B flat, put in the middle of the staff rather than below the staff. And again, it's between a B and an A. There's your B and your A. So the B flat comes down halfway between the two. This different tone, as I call it, is obvious in Sakura, a Japanese folk song, but then clearly absent in Up on a Housetop, which has no flats. And now Up on a Housetop without flats. Totally different tone to it when you have the flats intermixed there or you don't have the flats. Next, what we're going to do, pardon me, is work on increasing range. We're going to add C above the B in mid staff. Okay, this is about the comfortable top of my current range. Hopefully I can extend that in time. So mid C, I refer to it as mid C. Technically, it's from a music perspective, it's not, but it's the C in the middle of the staff. Up a little bit higher in the range. Now the next four songs or exercises that I'm going to play, all you have the B flats in them, and they all have this new C in there as well. Now interesting, 2 of them are in 4/4 time, and 2 of them are in 3/4 time. So see if you can hear the difference. The first and the last were in 3/4 time. The two in the middle were in 4/4 time. As you know, I've been using the essential elements for band as a steady progression of exercises, kind of building up as I kind of worked on my lip to try and bring it back. But every now and then, I get to a teaching moment that I find intriguing as well. Exercise 90 in the book is called Variations on a Familiar Theme. It takes a familiar basic theme, but then modifies it. It's interesting to see how far you can get away from the original and yet retain the same basic sound. This is done both as a composer arranging a piece of music. It's also done by a musician playing a variation if they have a little bit of a solo mixed in somewhere in, as far as the bass music is concerned. I've always been better at playing the written music than improvising on my own. But this particular episode or exercise gives you an illustration of how that's done. I'm sure you recognize the first 4 bars from Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, and I think you can plainly hear the main sound behind it in the first alternative that follows. The second's a little bit further out there, but if you listen for it, I think you can hear the bass. It's still there. That was the first variation, now the second. A little bit harder to hear it there, but it's still there, underlying it. Now, last song for today is Banana Boat. It starts with a C in mid-staff that we just added to the mix. As I noted before, that's kind of the top of my present range. I can go up above it, but that's the top of where I'm really comfortable. And that's scary for a musician, a bold note right at the top of the range, up first. You have to really concentrate, get your lips set against the mouthpiece, and blow with confidence. If you hesitate, you'll likely blow it, and not in a good way. Let's see what comes out. Okay, that's it for today. Thank you for watching. Hope you have a pleasant day.